Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Full Force News Burst Live with me, Christopher McLeod AKA Diagnostic 80, brought to you by GeneralsJoesReborn.com. Have I got some news for you that you're already aware of course? Lots of cool things have happened today. It's been very busy in the G.I. Joe universe. Let me just plug my, just plugging my charger in. Yes, I hope everyone's doing well in the chat. Who have we got joining me tonight to talk some crazy stuff? Lots of people. I can't even catch up already. That's brilliant. Thank you, guys. Much appreciate the support for the show, the channel. We're going to get stuck into lots of stuff today. We've got Super7 updates for JoeFest. We've got classified pre-orders. Not really to go into great detail with because we already know everything about them. We've discussed them already. So now we're just talking about the pre-order part. And on top of all that, we've got some little, actually, we've got some little stories to get into. We've got Renegade Game Studios, a little cheeky bit of Renegade Game Studios news. We've got, what else have we got? Oh, Larry HAMA and Skybound, a little bit of news. There's loads to get into, and it all happened today. Right then, let's get on with it because there's lots to get into. Actually, before I do, I just want to answer this question from Chris G. Yay, how's the family visit? Great. It's been really nice, and they've gone up to the upstairs room now to get well away so they don't cause any noises while I'm on live. I'm just kidding. No, it's been fantastic. Got a nice little day planned tomorrow. What does he say in we're gonna go to Home Depot, maybe, I don't know, if we have maybe Bed Bath and Beyond if we have time. Anyway, yeah, it's been great. They're still here, and they'll be here for a little while longer as well. So you never know, you might get there might be a cameo from the McLeods at some point. But anyway, let's move on. We've got lots of news to talk about, and we'll start. Well, I don't know where we're going to start because I can't remember what's on the slide, but we're going to build up to what I know you all want to talk about, of course. Yes, of course, there's that cheeky Nemesis reveal in there as well, which, cheers. We will get to and talk about in depth, but we've got a few other things to talk about first. So we'll start with Renegade Game Studio and Mission Critical Specialist Pack Bat Assault. Yes, this popped. I think this was revealed actually a little while ago, and I completely missed it. But it was on. They did a Renegade Game Virtual, I think, like one of their little virtual cons, and I completely missed it. I don't know what I was doing. I just wasn't paying attention, and this went up for pre-order today, I think. So yeah, so G.I. Joe Mission Critical, another kind of Mission Critical pack. I still need to get into mine. I'm looking at mine right at the moment. There's a little expansion pack there. There's a deck building game. There's the big Mission Critical original game. So there's loads, and they keep churning them out, and I love it. On this one, we have what looks to be General Hawk battling Wild Weasel. I like the fact that when these things pop up every now and again, you're kind of thinking, oh, I wonder why the Rattler and Wild Weasel are being incorporated into this particular release. Almost as if they might have an inkling as to what's around the corner. But anyway, still very cool. And of course, lots of battle android troopers. I don't know, obviously you can go check out the link in the description for the pre-order, and it shows you all the components that you get with this one. You get the hero figure, which is Hawk. You get 4 elite foot soldier figures, which are the bats, obviously, and 1 lieutenant figure, which is Wild Weasel in this case. 1 character card, 10 combat cards, 10 elite foot soldier enemy cards, 8 lieutenant enemy cards, 2 vehicle cards, 5 enemy deployment cards, 1 elite deployment token, and 1 rule sheet. There you go. That's what you get in that set. Just thought we'd mention it, talk about it, get involved. Yeah, lovely stuff. Justin saying, we all know the Rattler is the HasLab. I mean, it's the worst kept secret since the last worst kept secret. Nemesis is crazy, Benny, and we will be talking about that very soon. So that's Renegade Game Studios and Mission Critical. It's like a mini weekly. It's like not even a midweek. It's Tuesday, for goodness sake. It's Tuesday, innit? Right. Next up then, Super7 dropping their JoeFest exclusives all over us. before we even knew what was going on. Who would have thought we'd be getting Cobra Last so soon in classified? And I couldn't be more stoked about it, says Paul. We'll get there. We'll get there. Benny says, I hope it's not the Rattler now. I mean, the damage is done, Benny, all right? So anyway, yes, Super7 dropped their exclusives for JoeFest. Now, I will completely admit here that I was expecting, we knew that one of them was Cobra Mortal. We didn't know that the other one was Glenda. So that was an absolute shock and a nice surprise, and kind of ties in nicely with the recent Glenda in the classified Dragonfly unboxing. So good timing on that one. I do wonder if there was an element of, you know, trying to keep it themed a little bit with what was going on in the Dragonfly kind of situation. Glenda getting lots of love, Scott, indeed. Well, the O-rings, Benedict, are going to be shown off at JoeFest. They're not doing an exclusive O-ring figures because the O-rings aren't going to be ready until October. So yeah, I mean, yeah, we were never going to be getting an O-ring exclusive figure, not at this stage. But yes, there will be reveals of what the O-rings will look like. I think they said they were going to have physical product, not product, but like physical models and stuff there at the show. Obviously, they kind of already have those ones that they were showing off with the unsuccessful, unfortunate airship, Cobra Mothership. But I'm not sure if they're going to be on the line plan going forward. They might be. I'd be surprised if they just went, well, we're not going to do them now. They might as well. So those particular Vipers might end up in you know, in hand anyway for people to have a look at. Plus, they're basically Vipers, so they just put a different head on it, right? In any case, yes. So Glenda and Cobra Mortal will be the exclusives, and there's a nice theme, connective tissue here with them both being Argentinian, originally. So I don't know. I think it's really cool, and yeah, so lovely stuff. So we've got Cobra Mortal and we've got Glenda as reaction figures, which are going to be JoeFest exclusives, or at least revealed and available at JoeFest. I'm not sure if I'm going to get the wording correct, but this is what they say. Debuting this weekend at JoeFest are the 375 reaction figures of Glenda and Cobra Mortal. Both figures are inspired by the vintage G.I. Joe figures from Argentina. In addition, vintage Joe catalog puzzle, boink, which I really like this. This is one of my favorite of the kind of like product leaflet images or just general like posters, because I know you guys had this as a poster. I think we had it mainly as a product leaflet image, which again I really loved. I thought it was awesome. But they cut out the G.I. Joe bit if I'm correct on that one, or they might have done a rejig of it. I'm gonna have to double check that, because I remember the image vividly. And it wasn't because I had a G.I. Joe version of it. It was because I think they had just the characters doing that for the Action Force product leaflet. One of them anyway. Just amazing. Oh, and they also say, and G.I. Joe tees inspired by the vintage Japanese market, or vintage G.I. Joe tee, because that's the front and the back, isn't it? So this one will be available at JoeFest with the Fight, Friendship, Freedom logo, which is one of my favorite G.I. Joe related logos, because it's like that South Park episode, the Let's Fighting Love song, when they kind of go full anime. It's brilliant. Ryan says, calling it now, Cobra Mortal will be an unlocked tier in this year's HasLab. I'll tell you what, Ryan, not a bad shout. And genuinely, I'd be all over that. All over it. Cheers. I've got my Cobra Commander class today. Resist. Anyway, next up. So that's Super7. So if you're going to JoeFest, you'll be able to enjoy those kind of exclusives at the show. Nice one. Sub up and smash the like, says Out of Shelf Space. That would be lovely if you could both sub on the YouTube channel and give us a like on whatever platform you're watching this on. That would be phenomenal. Thank you. Next up, Larry HAMA is going to be doing an Ask Me Anything on June the 20th, 2024 on the subreddit Comic Books. So you can check that out if you if you enjoy the Reddit situation. I, for one, am terrible at all of these things. When it comes to Reddit, I'm only ever really on Reddit if I'm like reading things I've been sent, or if it's, you know, I'm never like I'm never like actually involved or on the app, and I do have the app. I just never really get on it. So for those of you that do and want to, I might actually end up doing it for reals on the 20th. Now that time wise, doesn't say time on there, does it? It's 11 a.m. Eastern, I believe. I might have got that wrong completely. 2 p.m. Eastern. Sorry, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. All right, 2 p.m. Eastern. My bad. So June 20th, which is what, in like a few days? Thursday. I can count. So yeah, Thursday, go check out that Reddit and ask Larry anything. And he is contractually obligated to answer. I don't, probably not. I'm just joking. Anyway, that's Larry. Nice one. Next, yes, pre-orders for the Sarge and for the so the Sarge is the Fan Mizzen exclusive, went up today, and of course the Pulse exclusive 2-pack of Spirit and Lowlight went up as well. I love all of the who's in the comments. I love it. They're all awful as well. None of them make sense, and I love it. Past Progi says, the last AMA he did, I thanked him for creating characters and mentioned I proposed to my wife with stop motion. His response was that she must be very patient. I can die happy. Amazing, man. Amazing. Yes, within reason, Scott. Absolutely. Benny says, do I believe the female Snake Eyes will exist for the G.I. Joe classifieds now that the OG Snake Eyes is alive in the comic books? Yeah, because she's. I mean, they've been operating in the same space now for multiple, well, for over a year now. So yeah, yes and yes. Reaction Quarrel and SAS Stalker, fingers crossed, as Peppermint Space Capsule. I want the Mad Maureen's accessories, said Just Under Anderson. Mad Maureen, amazing. Anyway, yeah, so we've got the Sarge, and of course these went up today for pre-order. Links in the description, or at least I just dumped the Hasbro one in there. I believe the Hasbro Pulse one. I believe they're still up on Hasbro Pulse. However, the other pre-order that went up today, the Stinger, also got an unboxing. So let's go into that, shall we? Now, this went up as well. This is also Fanmazon. So if you missed out on Hasbro Pulse, which I did, then you can go try and grab it on Amazon. I believe it's still up there. And of course, it's all the retailers, all of the online retailers have it as well. So shouldn't be too hard getting a Stinger. That said, we had an unboxing. Now, this is what I got confused at, because on the first event that they had of the month, BMAC specifically said, next week we're doing an unboxing of the Stinger, and they did an unboxing of the Dragonfly. So I was really happy because we got the Dragonfly update we all wanted, and the figures look phenomenal, and check, all done. But then I thought, well, there must have been a slip of the tongue, and they're not doing a Stinger unboxing. And then lo and behold, we get a Stinger unboxing. Now, yeah, we we went through, the BMAC and Lenny here unboxed this beautiful vehicle, showing off the driver, of course, right there. Again, very cool. I love the deco on that. Very awesome looking driver. All good. Then they compared it with the little Stinger, so that was cute. They should have had a Jada one in there as well, shouldn't they? Should have gone like the mini, the micro one, the mini one from the vintage era, the Jada one. They should have just got all of them just lined up. It would have been great, but they didn't. But they did. We did. I mean, look at that comparison. Look how huge that thing is. It's insanity, isn't it? Anyway. So yeah, we got the nice little comparison, which is good to see. And then we also got a bit of information that obviously Destro is dropping tomorrow. I cannot wait for this comic, by the way. I'm hearing very good things, as you always kind of do at the lead up to these issues. But honestly, I have not been disappointed with any Energon Universe, Real American Heroes since Skybound took over. It's just been mad wins, hasn't it? Absolute mad wins. And we're also in a position with Skybound, a very healthy position, for their Kickstarter, which of course I'll do the update now while we are live on the channel. It is currently at, and if you're watching this later, then it doesn't matter, 2 million. when I start at 2 million, that always, do we need to continue? Because that's pretty mental. 2,374,944. That is bonkers. Absolute bonkers. 19 stretch goals unlocked. The next one, of course, is a 2.5 milli, and that is the silent interview. So it'll be a physical copy of Silent Interlude with all physical pledges, of course, with what looks to be that beautiful artwork that they've done very recently for the trading cards, or maybe it was a print. I think it was a print, and I've forgotten who drew that, but you'll probably tell me in the comments. Anyway, amazing stuff. And that's what has it got? It's got a week left, 7 days, 1 week left, and it's at nearly 2,375 basically. Unbelievable. Yeah, Skybound made the stretch goals longer. They really did. They did on purpose, like, obviously, probably because they stopped. They were like, we've got to stop doing like stretch goals so close together because we have to keep making them up. Because some of these are just like, okay, well, what's next? What's next on the list? Anyway, Destro, very excited for this one. Now, what else happened? Nothing else yet, because I've still got these to go through. So, yes, it's already happened. Amazon fan channel Pulse. There you go. Already sold out on Pulse. Still on Amazon. And you'll probably be able to get it on the other fan channels as well. But there you go. That's the Stinger. Sarge is available for pre-order right now. So go get him. Go get him. I believe he's still on Pulse. He's also available on Amazon and fan retailers as well. And finally, the Pulse exclusive. I think it's still available. And that, again, for the Low Light and Spirit, you can go and grab right now. Link in the description. What was the spoiler on the Destro cover? We don't know because it hasn't been revealed yet, GL. Next. So what else was... Now, this is the important thing. This is what you're all here for. You've waited almost 18 minutes for it. Shall we get involved? Let's do it. On the money, 18 minutes. Look at that. Nemesis Immortal appears as if by magic. Now, this took me by surprise for two reasons. One, I thought I was in the clear when I left work early to get back, in like reasonable time. And when I got back, I had about 1 million messages showing me images of Nemesis Immortal. And I thought, oh, God, who's leaked this? then I found out, oh, no, there's a Stinger video. There's an unboxing of the Stinger, and they revealed it on that. And I'm just like, right, okay. Looks like I have to watch a video now. And my goodness, wow. Yikes. What an amazing... Well, yeah, I know we're looking at the side of the top of the box at the moment. Let's get into it. There he be. Cobra Nemesis Immortal in all his glory, in all his deluxe glory. Now, he's a big old boy. But as far as we're aware, he's a deluxe listing. So that'll be the deluxe price point, unless there's a difference in that somehow, way, shape, or form. Now they're going to have more information on this one, I imagine, with promo images, possibly like either a pre-order kind of estimate or something to tell us during SDCC. So I expect promo images basically for the SDCC panel, which I can only imagine are unbelievable based on what we've seen so far from Shooting the Galaxy. Awesome, but missing elbow blades. What are you talking about, Viper Scout? They're clearly on there. What are you talking about? The blades are there for all to see. I'm not sure what elbow blades you're thinking of, but they're there. I wonder if this style could replace the boring black boxes they have now. Well, this is like, because it's a little bit different, I guess, isn't it? So they're doing Cobra. I imagine they're going to be doing Cobra La stuff like this. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Unbelievable. So yeah, so we've got that extra head in there. The wings, very interesting wings. Do we think Road Pig? What? Chris, do we think Road Pig going to be this big as well? No, Road Pig is about the height of Roadblock, but he's wider. I I'm a bit surprised that Yojo June is done on the June 18th. Surprised nothing for next week. I'm a little bit short on that, but they kind of told us well in advance that was going to be the case. They literally laid out everything on that first event. So unless they do something like on the last week as like a little kind of like social kind of nod or whatever they might do, but there might, there might even be another video or something they drop in on us. They might just be keeping it as a surprise. Who knows? But or we might start seeing like a build up to the HasLab for like kind of hints to the HasLab basically. Yes. So let's talk about this particular figure. Now, if you can't really make out a lot of details going on in the box, but the figure looks phenomenal. Like the design, next level. Those shoulder pieces, crazy cool. The helmet looks like the alternate head. It's got sort of like a bone helmet on it, Kitty said. So it kind of like acts as almost like his, like battle dress almost. Like when he goes into like when he's just hanging around Cobra La doing stupid things, he's just normal, but then when he goes into battle, the kind of bone helmet goes on. Also, nice, interesting additions of those kind of like those sheaths on the thighs for those wicked swords. Very interesting indeed. Of course, the other thing you can't see in there is the bendy kind of like tentacle thing backpack, which they do show or they do call out on the back of the package, so it's there, but it's really hard to make out if like whereabouts is. There's some dark kind of coloring to the top left, to the left of the bone head and above the wing. There's like some kind of dark coloration there that could be something. It could just be the wing, and then it could just be the tip of the wing, basically. But anyway, it's pretty darn cool. And then you can just about see the swords, the Madam 2 swords at the bottom of the package, Kitty said, to the right there. Very awesome. Now, the artwork is phenomenal. I love this art on the side of the box, and I love that obviously it's a little bit thicker, so you get a little bit more going on there. Just great. Like the arm blades, maybe he has the ability to grow out those bones on his head and shoulders. Possibly, Ed. I think there is a globulous Easter egg. There's certainly a Cobra Commander in a sticky clam Easter egg, isn't there? So anyway, we've got that, that beautiful bit of artwork. Number 140, by the way. Now, let's look at the back, because we get a lot more going on here, don't we? So we have got that classic Cobra La kind of background. We've got, do you know what? I'm kind of leaning in, looking at it close, but I'm just going to look at it on my phone while we talk about this, because I want to see every single detail. If I could ever find it. There we go. Now, we've got obviously Cobra Commander in it caught, trapped in the sticky clam. That's hilarious. It's almost like a water feature as well, isn't it? It's very, very fancy. I've got to say, when he's got his bone helmet on and all the gear, it kind of looks like he's got like fur all over him, doesn't it? From the images. But no, I think it looks really cool. The wings are interesting, I will say. They're not what I expected. They've kind of got this like long arm, like almost like very long arm, like bat arm wings, aren't they? They're very like that, somewhat very creature-like. And he does have if you look at the wings in like the cartoon, a much bigger surface area, kind of like that goes a bit closer to the back. So no, I don't think these are gonna be Raptors wings, Ed. I can't see these being Raptors wings at all, honestly. Two different themes, really. This is like creepy crawly creature vibe. So it definitely goes with the character and everything. And yeah, it looks like if you look at the back of the box, that looks like there's a hinge on the joint where the kind of main part of the wing connects to that little arm. So it looks like we're going to get like almost like a little articulation point. So they can be out a little bit wider, or they can be in a little bit like they're shown on on that shot right there. But yeah, I think this looks amazing. In actual fact, you can probably, I'm just guessing here, but I imagine on the wing kind of arms that clip into the back, I imagine you can fold those down and fold them in so that the wings are tighter to him, but look like they're still sticking out, sort of thing. So there's definitely some really cool movement on those wings, which I quite like. You've also got like the kind of, I think that's the snake kind of monument thing in Cobra La, isn't it? To the right hand side. But no, I can't see. Someone was saying there was a globulus thing in there, but I can't see it. I can't see what you're looking at on there specifically. But maybe the tail, maybe that's his, maybe that's Globulus's like little ball. I know, but the thing is, it's not a snake though, and you can clearly see eyes on that thing. Anyway, well, real question: will he be back heavy and fall over with those bat wings? Well, the fact that he's a much bigger figure will probably be, help. Will probably help in that regard. The other cool things they show on the call outs, obviously, they show that beautiful kind of design on the top right there of the bone helmet kind of version. And then, of course, you see there you go, the call out for the kind of weird little kind of a creature tentacle thing on his back. But they also call out the weird little feet he's got with little claws on them, little kind of like little, yeah. So he's got little like bird feet, which is kind of which is really cool, a really cool addition, design kind of addition to Nemesis Immortal or Enforcer, whatever you want to call him. I don't care. I'm going to call him Immortal because that's just easier and less confusing. But yeah, I can't. Oh, maybe that's what you're talking about. So, as we go round the box, is this what you're talking about in terms of globulus? Is it that kind of like wiry sort of like design in the orange above the artwork? Is that what you mean in terms of a globulus sort of thing? Because I don't know, it could be. I want to look at the front again and see what we've got going on the front, because it just, to me, it just looks like Cobra La kind of gross stuff. I love the color they've gone with as well, though. I've got to admit, I love that color, that kind of orangey color. Let's see what you guys are saying, because I've missed a lot of comments. Sorry, the wings are a little more gangly than I'd like, but it's growing on me, says Ed. Hopefully, the wings aren't growing out of you. The wings remind me of the ones that came with the Venom 2 pack a couple of years ago. I love the sticky clam. Looking forward to getting stuck in one. Okay, nice one. I don't think the wings will be too heavy. I don't think they will either. The wings look similar to Man-Bat from Batman the Animated Series. Yeah, they do actually, Talib. Globulus's tail in front of the snake. I just assumed it was the snake, because it's the snake's like a big snake. I just assumed it's the tail of the snake. But it could very well be globulus wrapped around it as well. I'm not going to say no, because it could be. I like if you fold up the wings, you get the silhouette of the tiny toy wings. That's what I was thinking. Do you know what, James? That's what I was thinking when I said maybe it folds in and you get smaller wings sticking out the side. I then immediately in my head went to the original toy in my head, but didn't say anything. But that's so true. I wonder what the specialty skills he has mean. Oh, yeah. That's actually a really good point. What has he got? I can't see. Someone will be able to do a better check of this, and probably, I bet one is like strength or something, or infantry or something like weird like that. Wings could have been bigger. They don't look like they would be able to lift him, since he is also kind of chunky. I feel, says Wilfredo, I feel you have a gargoyle figure maybe like that. If you haven't read the Energon Universe comics, you are missing out. Absolutely. If I was a part of the statue, it would curve around it instead of it's going straight off panel. Oh, okay, the tail, yeah. I don't know. It just, to me, it just looks like that's the continuation of that snake statue. In fact, I believe at some point in the movie they see something like that. Anyway, I'll do a check on that just after the fact. I'm loving this figure. Yeah, me too. Oh, Scott's got them. Vanguard 4, thank you. Hand-to-hand combat 3, that makes sense. Strength 4, I did say strength, so I'm not surprised. Infiltration 3, thank you, Scott. I appreciate that, bud. I'm taking the sheaths off the thighs. Yeah. Again, that's the beauty part of that, isn't it? Is you'll be able to lose those if you're not feeling them. I think mine's probably going to be all kitted out and geared up. I see no arm spikes in this. You see no arm spikes? I'm so confused. All right, look, trust me. There they are. What are you not seeing, dude? I don't know what you're not seeing. They're quite clear right there on the like basically right on the elbows going up. They're right there. Arm spikes. Dosh and dosh. Look, directly out. There's white things basically. Um I was talking about the back in front of the snakehead statue. What, globulus? In front of the snakehead statue. That, yeah. So that tail that's wrapped round it is what I'm assuming is the snake itself coiled up. But again, you could be right. But what I'm seeing there is a snake, as in like the snake statue that's in Cobra La, that is also has its tail wrapped around. But again, it could be globulus. You're absolutely right. It could very well be. Not a fan, but I hope the fans of Cobra La are happy with it. I am. Liquid Identity, I've got to admit that. Frank Castle, I'm not digging the wings. I hope he's at least 7 inches tall. He's a big one. Expert at repelling from helicopters. Absolutely. The more I look at this, the more intrigued I am, says Out Shelf Space. Jeepers Creepers like wings vibe, says Johnny. Michael Bent says they dropped Cobra La, went straight Cobra. I mean, I guess. I don't think there's anything in that. I think that they probably. I mean, we all know it's Cobra La. They even mentioned. I mean, I think it's been mentioned as well. I just think in terms of I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's a minor detail, but it is a detail. I think I genuinely now thinking about it, I think I'd have preferred Cobra La Nemesis Immortal, especially if you're doing all this fancy packaging. It seems like you want to add that. So yeah, I think you're right, honestly. Cheers. I love the 2 swords he comes with. Yeah, they're pretty cool, aren't they? Bone swords. Gross. Definitely have Once a Man come with the clan, make it a gimmick, put retro in, close it, and it swaps with Once a Man. That's actually quite a fun idea, Pass. Yeah, that is a fun idea. On the back render, they are hidden behind him. You can see them on the back render as well. You just can see them. They're just pointing into it. They're just digging into his back. I like the toxic figure numbers. Yeah, they're cool. If not for the logos, I would not have guessed that this is part of GI Joe, says Timu. Well, yeah, if you're new to the kind of brand and everything, yeah, I mean, well, let's face it. This image we're looking at right now, I could see this in Marvel Legends, and they could have just said it's like Drizzle, the Hell Blade, or something from like the 1310s. When Marvel was like before Marvel even existed, but they bought the brand off them and they did a one-shot comic in 1967, and it was Drizzle the Hellblade. And if they'd have done that and it was just a Marvel Legend, I'd have just been like, yeah, okay, brilliant, there you go, and wouldn't have thought twice. But it's Nemesis Immortal if you dig under the bone helmet and the thigh sheaths. There's a circular blur between the wings that could be globulous. Interesting. Let's look a close up on that one. You know what? Yeah. This could be me seeing snake armor in the background, though, again, couldn't it? This could be, oh, look, there's a snake armor in the background of that, and it's just a bit of rock. I feel like we're looking at just a continuation of the rock face there. If I'm being totally honest, when I zoom in on it, it just looks like rock face. But again, we're going to get clear pictures of this probably during SDCC. That's my assumption. I don't know what. Yeah, that's what I'm assuming. So we'll have nice clear images of this particular artwork, and we'll be able to know for sure if it indeed is a rock, globulus, or a snake armor. The Iron Grenadiers have Cobra on the packaging too. Yeah, true. He looks more evil in the cartoon, says Onyx Play. He does actually. Yeah. Was I the only one surprised by the price of the Stinger? I thought it would be a little bit more. Well, Andrew Davis, if you'd have listened to me when you'd been when it'd been kind of not leaked, but when they talked about it initially, we've been telling you it's $99.99. It's just the same price as the Vamp, same price point. It's actually pretty impressive, but it isn't. I mean, it's not that much different to the Vamp. It's got a few additions, but it's not like, you know, it's not really like they're not, those additions are not kind of cranking it up another $10. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's good, isn't it? I'm really happy that it's $99.99. I hope the elbow spikes can extend. I don't know if they. I mean, from what I can see in there, and it's hard to tell. It looks like they're just that size, but you never know. They might even have. There might be some extra spikes in there that we can't see. There's a weird thing in the top right hand corner which I haven't worked out yet. Does anyone know what that is? It's that thing in the top right, just to the right of his head, his regular head. There's like, it looks like bunny ears. Does anyone know what that is, or am I just being an idiot? Is it just like tentacles? Is it like parts of the tentacles? Is it another accessory that we can't see? I can't tell what it is. It's driving me bonkers. If anyone can tell me what that is, I'll be very happy. They look like, yeah, they look like massive ears, but I don't know what it is. What is it? Let me know. Does he only have 2 toes? Yes. Yes, he's got kind of like a little kind of weird creature feet. They should make that clam, James. Yes, they should. That top head render reminds me of Rey Mysterio. Hang on. Yeah, especially with that the deco where they've done it. You're so right. It is very lucha headgear, isn't it? Nemesis Immortal opening for Cold Slither. Absolutely, Scott. They seem to hint that the Energon universe is influencing Classified. Yes, Grizzlehorn, they did, didn't they? Snake Armor incoming. Well, KCC toys. I mean, it's very iconic. I'd be surprised if they didn't do it. Still rocking that QR code. Yeah, it does actually take you somewhere. It takes you to the GI Joe sort of like web store, like Hasbro's kind of like toy shop web store. But yeah, it's just like kind of reasonably recent to very old classified figures for sale and where to get them. And it's not even like you can buy them on that site. You click on it and it gives you options of where you can get it from. And then you click on like Amazon and it just takes you to Amazon. It doesn't take you to the link for that figure. So it's not the most, it's, you know, it's just there for the sake of it now. How much do I think it's going to be? I'm assuming it's $34.99 unless otherwise stated, because as far as we know at the moment, it is a deluxe figure. Yes, it's bigger. Yes, it's got some interesting things in there, but it doesn't feel like there's loads of stuff that might necessitate a higher price. I say that without knowing, though. So it could very well be like in the 40s. Do you know what I mean? Possibly. I don't think it's going to be crazy expensive, though. It's Globulus wearing snake armor, parachuting from a rattler. Thank you, Jamie Lynn. The comic books that are coming out part of the Kickstarter. No, the Kickstarter is just Marvel reprints, everything basically from the Marvel Vintage Run, and their Energon universe is a kind of like ongoing, recent sort of scenario. It's not fur past the pierogi, it's bone. So it looks like fur, but it's like bone fragments and stuff like that. It just looks furry, doesn't it? Alternate fist hands. Is that what it is? Thank you, guys. Let me just go back. Yeah, you're right. That's what it is. I was looking at it completely the wrong way. Now it makes sense. Yeah, of course. They're like doing that, aren't they? Thank you, guys. Thank you. I know that was really idiotic of me not to notice. And I know you're all on there going, it's hands, mate. It's fists. Obviously, it's hands. Thank you. I appreciate it. I just wasn't. It wasn't. I was. You know, when you look at something, but you look at something a certain directional way before your eyes adjust and you work out what you're dealing with. I was adamant I was looking at them that direction as opposed to that direction, if that makes sense. So I'm like focusing on the wrong part. So thank you guys. That's very informative. Fists, alternate fists. They are fists. Hander, Chris. Fists. Thank you guys. Hands? Question mark. Everyone ready for Road Pig and Pet SDCC? Yes, Flaffle, definitely. I hope they either do a render reveal or just reveal the whole thing in full, so I don't have to keep almost tripping over the animal companion aspect. I think that is a reflection in the blister for the hands. It's just the hands, fist, hands, and reflection of the light. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I see what you mean. So it looked like I was looking at it, looked like ears, and then there was like the kind of like the little thing underneath it. And I was literally looking at those two fists like you would put ears on the top of your head. That's why I was looking at them. Like I was like, why has he got bunny ears? Like what the hell? Purple bunny ears? No, they're hands. Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. Do you think his bone helmet grows? Yes, that's what Ed said before. I think in like the narrative, possibly. But yeah. What that? Okay. Anyway, not ears, extra hands, fist. Thank you guys. Nemesis Immortal joined Gua. That's what it does feel like, Killer. Okay, cool. So I'm just. Do they say when the pre-order comes out? No, Christoph Black. They said there will be more information revealed at SDCC. Is exactly what they said. So probably during the panel or just during that month. It'll be during the panel, obviously, but they'll probably do like reveals of like the promo images and stuff, and then there'll be like pre-order goes up. Yeah. They might say it probably won't be for then, or if they might say pre-order coming soon as well is another thing they like to do too. Any guesses at that next Tuesday could be any guesses as to what next Tuesday? I don't think they're going to be doing anything, Stanley, but there's a possibility they might do another video, but you never know. There could be like, I don't know, they might do something, but there's not going to be a pre-order necessarily. What I think might happen is I think they might start doing like a lead up now to the Dragonfly, which I'm kind of like excited for. But in the kind of same way that they did for the Dragonfly last year, I think they might be doing that kind of lead up to. Sorry, not the Rattler is what I'm getting at. Because I mean, come on, it's obviously going to be a Rattler at this point. Even if it isn't, that's going to be the biggest bait and switch ever, and would be hilarious. Yeah, I'm surprised anyone can see them as ears after I just described why. Yeah, I've got to say, out of shelf space, the packaging is glorious, and it's a shame they don't do that with the kind of standard wave of figures. It just feels a little like I don't know. A lot of the fun is taken out of the single, like the obviously when you get the figure out and put the box away, like I do anyway, it doesn't really matter. But initially, I used to love that kind of vibe with all of the artwork and the stuff on it, and now it's just a little bit like, yeah, it's just there, isn't it? So I like it, yes, when they do these kind of additional extras, like this beautiful Cobra La inspired kind of graphics with I love the color they've gone with. I really do. I think that's so cool. I'm loving it. Anyway, sorry, I'm gonna speed through. That Nemesis looks huge. I wonder if they'll reuse his mold for Road Pig. No, Kick Toy, they won't. Road Pig is a different mold. Chris, have you heard anything about Serpentor being re-released? Major character, lots missed out on, me included. Still haven't heard anything about any sort of re-release for Serpentor. I don't know if they're going to do one. I don't know if enough of a stink is being put up about it. I hear the odd comment here and there, but it's always like it's few and far. It's not like a lot of people. So unless they're getting the message, I don't know if it will or not. That's something that obviously they'll be looking out for. So maybe. I hope it's on Amazon. What, James? Hope what's on Amazon? This, as far as we're aware, this is a standard deluxe figure, so it'll be pretty much everywhere. that you get toys, yada yada yada. Yeah, SDCC is when they're going to reveal more information. It's not an SDCC exclusive. More HASLab teas for 2025. That'd be fun. That buck could lead to the wrestler in the Duke Stadium fight. Yes. What's his name? I've forgotten his name. Ragor. What's his name? Rama. I think it's Rama or Raymar. Yeah, from that. I think it's Raymar or Rama. I just completely brain farted then. What level do I need to back the Kickstarter to get everything? Like a $600 one, I think. It's basically there's like a hang about. I'll tell you. What we on? We're on. Where is it? Where is it? I can't find it. Rewards. It's not rewards either, is it? No, it's not. Yes, it is. Okay, so to get everything, so you can either get for $300, you can go in on the Snake Eyes level, and you can just get the GI Joe stuff. So it's the compendium, but with just the GI Joe kind of like deco and everything, right? Or you can do the Cobra Commander at 300 and get the Cobra colors one with the box and display set and everything. The Hiss tank is $600, and that gets you pretty much all. That gets the full compendiums twice. One in Cobra Blue, one in Joe Red. No, one in Cobra Red, one in Joe Blue. Look what I did there. And you also get all of the stretch goals, both Joe and Cobra edition stretch goals. So the $600 pledge, basically. Okay. What was I going to say? Now that we've got Nemesis Immortal, so they've got to get us Fatal Fluffies. I mean, it's obviously, isn't it? Obviously, the next stage there. Would have loved the angry shouting face from the cartoon, but need to see up close. Yeah, he's going to be more stoic most of the time, isn't he? I need to see him next to Serpentor. I'm sure we will very soon. Road Pig with pet equals fatal, fluffy, immature form. That would be funny as hell. What was up with the Sergeant Slaughter hint they gave? Obviously, the Triple T. It's got to be, hasn't it? Nictimus Prime. And when I say Triple T, I mean the crossover. The Transformers G.I. Joe 4-inch or 3 3/4-inch O-ring crossover collaborative Triple T as Cup with Leatherneck and Sarge. That's the only real thing I can think of, unless they've got another little cheeky one, that they're going to pull out randomly. Vamp re-release. You've got to keep your eyes on. It does pop, like some of these vehicles do appear every now and again, and they do pop up again, like in stock. You just got to be there, and it's not one of those things where you can't just be like, well, tell me when it happens. It's just one of those things you've just got to be available and aware that it's going on. It's not something that can be like. You still have one of each Joe still box lined up in those IKEA cases. The box art with the character faces looks amazing lined up. Kind of sad they dropped the side art for some of the new figs. I think the side art's on all the figs still. They still have side art on all the figures, even on those retail ones. So I still think that still happens. The front corner is gone, but the actual side of the box does have the art. Road Pig will come with a motorcycle. No, he won't. Will they release any more of the Arctic line besides Storm Shadow and Arctic Bat? There'll be more, and Snow Serpent and Snow Job and that Snake Eyes that's got a white timber. But yeah, I'm sure there will be more Arctic stuff. Rama, yes. Thank you, guys. I wonder if they'll reveal Road Pig like Mutton Junk last year, randomly hanging out in the display case. Could be. What about the $75 level? What about it? What does it say? Are you looking at it right now? The $75 level is for the Compendium 1. There are 4 compendiums. So the $75 Destro or Duke level, we'll just get you the first compendium, which has issues 1 to 50 in it, I think. Yeah, I mean, no, that the sting the triple T the triple T has shown up on the classified box for General Hawk, and they showed it being they showed a triple T being shot up by the Thunder Machine in the collaborative crossover, and we all thought we thought it could be the collaborative, but I think it's a vintage triple T. But they were heavily hinting at it, basically. Weirdly, I was not thinking of getting any of the Cobra La, but he looks pretty awesome for something other than the Joe displays. He does look awesome. Yeah, it's got to be the Sarge with the triple T collaborative. Yeah, absolutely. Lost the feed. What do you mean, Diana? That would probably be, unfortunately, that might be your issue, unfortunately, because we're still live here. Oh, what the difficult decision is to open the compendium or not, especially if we have the comics. Definitely. Oh, so someone else has lost the feed as well. Have I been lost? I froze but came back. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, there was no evidence of that on my end, so I don't know what happened there. Apologies. I can't invest in the comic with a HASLab coming out. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things you've got to kind of, yeah, you've just kind of got to have to make a decision there, haven't you? Looks like there's a bit of a glitch in the matrix. So yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, it might have been something going on YouTube because it looks like Facebook wasn't an issue. Okay, cool. I think that is everything. Yeah, I think that's everything we've got. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut to my normal face, and we'll just do a last kind of like few comments and questions and stuff like that, and then we'll bring it to a close. But yeah, time to get excited again, man. There's so much cool stuff happening. It's amazing. Right then, thank you very much for joining me on tonight's show for lots of updates really. Super7 and their JoeFest exclusives. We've got, what else do we have? Oh, Larry HAMA doing an AMA on the 20th on Thursday. We've got Renegade Game Studios releasing more stuff. Excuse me. Do we know if there's going to be more stuff next week? Not a clue. I hope so. I genuinely hope so. I hope they do one more little kind of video or unboxing of something. I mean, they could do something, or even if it's just like, that kind of build up to what the HasLab could be next time. Did I ever get Topside to sign the file card? Not yet. No, I haven't spoken to John yet about that. The Stinger is set to release in September 1st, which is really cool, and I got the ferret payment taken out today. Yeah, mine's shipped, so it should be here soon. Excited. Any news on the Wrath of Cobra game release? It's going to be, well, we know nothing confirmed. We're just expecting it at some point before the end of the year. It looks as though they were going to go with it as it was for Switch and PC, and they were going to later port it to consoles. But the problem seemed to be that when all the promo went out, because it was such a really good reaction to it, it was like, okay, we're just going to have to get this on all platforms at once. So they just decided, let's do that. Let's get that involved, and then they'll bring it out later. So that's why it went from Q1 of 2024 to later. And I want them to get that right. I don't want them to get all the glitches ironed out. I want it to be like spot on, so that when we get it on like Xbox and all that kind of stuff as well, that it'll be just as dope. Right. Maybe a peek at Raptor and Starduster, says Jody. I would expect they do that during SDCC, and if not, afterwards. But you never know. Next week they could do some sort of like social post like they did for Joe Day in February. They do they kind of drop just renders randomly during the day, don't they? They could do that with pre-orders to come soon sort of thing. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I hope they do something next week. I really do. Newfie says, great show, Chris. Was late coming in, so we'll watch replay. No problem. Thanks for jumping on anyway. Nemesis Immortal unboxing at SDCC. Well, I imagine they'll have the figure, and they do. They've got it, don't they? They'll probably have that on show. They'll probably have promo images and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be cool. Did we see Chuckles last year before SDCC? I can't remember. Chuckles we saw on the day, I think, but lots of them we did see sort of built up and introduced, like the Crimson Strike 3-pack. That was definitely, you know, out before it was a render. It was on show before a PulseCon. But I'm pretty sure Chuckles was revealed the night before SDCC. When is SDCC? It's the 25th of July, towards the end of next month. Are you excited for the Destro comic tomorrow? I can't describe to you, Nictimus, how excited I am for that. So excited. I am loving the Energon universe, and I think that's going to be another outstanding little mini. So yeah, I can't wait. Just under, thank you very much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Just for doing a great job, great with 2 T's as well. So it's a super great job, and being a positive streamer in the community. Reliable and great show. Thank you very much, Just Under Anderson. You say reliable. No, I appreciate that very much. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I just thought it was quite funny that with that Super7 reveal, I was like, well, I know what's coming. I know what's going to happen. And then, bosh, it comes up and I'm like, interesting. So, yeah, I'm really happy that Glenda is actually in that little lineup now. So we've got Glenda and Cobra Mortal. Can't wait. We need Defiant HasLab 2025 leaked before SDCC. Could you imagine? Eben says it's July 24th to the 28th for SDCC. Thank you very much. Can't wait for Saw Viper. They might have that out, you know, Jody. I don't know, for SDCC, I mean. Because I feel like they'll have like a display of all the like the new stuff, but like in, you know, like on the show floor sort of thing. I think that'd be wicked. It's hard to remember what was revealed by Hasbro, what was leaked by Peeps. Yeah, I know, like it's hard to keep track of it a lot of the time. PulseCon stuff was shown early. SDCC wasn't shown until the event. Thank you, Scott. Just what I said. Chris, my wife said I'm developing a British accent again because watching you so much. Sorry, Johnny. But I'm sure your wife is actually going to like that. From what I hear. Not from your wife, but from other people, I should say. I should make that very clear, Johnny. My apologies. Hit the like button. Thank you, Mr. Cheeseburger. Full fun with the full force if you ever need a slogan. Thank you, Pass. I mean, we've got plenty. I really do love the fact that people think I came up with Stay Fresh cheese bags. But I have to be very clear. I stole that. From day one, I was laughing because I'd seen the tweet just before we went live, and it was an old one that I'd seen it before years ago. And then this it's a meme basically. And it popped up again, and it's that whole thing like I'm using this as a thing to say when I leave a room from now on, and it was the Stay Fresh cheese bags image kind of thing, right? And I blatantly stole it, but I was very clear that I'd seen it and again, and it reminded me of it. I'm going to use that as a sign off, as a joke, and it just stuck. And I love it when people send me things and say, "Hey, you say this when you sign off." I love it. I think it's hilarious, and yeah. But I always have to say, by the way, I didn't come up with that. This is not. This was someone else's thing that I have just literally stolen. So I appreciate it, guys. It's funny, and yeah. But anyway. Hasbro releases a look at their SDC exclusives before the event. Otherwise, people don't know what to get. Yes, Michael, it's just like the day before, isn't it? Stupid screen protector is cracked and waiting for a new one sucks. Oh, yeah. I just picked some up for my dad the other day. Well, we went out shopping to Best Buy and grabbed some for a reduced price. Jody says, Cobra Maggot HasLab, please and thank you. That would be amazing. They need to prep my Dreadnought Bat idea as an SDCC reveal. Yes, Stygian. Nightclub Force for life. Indeed, Scott. We need a logo for that. That's what we need. To be fair, my wife makes me say figure your way now instead of figure. Yeah, I say figure. TK Storm, thank you so much. Really, thank you so much. I really appreciate the super chat. I have to agree, your positive tone and reporting styles are always appreciated. Keep up the good work. Thank you, TK Storm. That's very kind. Awesome. Again, thanks so much. We really appreciate the support from everybody. We do appreciate super chats, of course, but we appreciate all the chats. And thank you so much, guys, for all these lovely, kind words and all the support. Again, it's awesome. It's definitely necessary for my mental health. Yes, we do pass. We need the pink and black Nightclub Force Chuckles shirt merchandise. Your mom enjoys Full Force. Better slogan. Thank you, Lone Dragon. Full course, indeed. Right then. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Benny. The maggot was one of my favorites as well. I always like artillery. Jody, the maggot's cool. I kind of like the maggot for its like break apart 3-section thing. Same as the mean dog. I love the mean dog. Anyway, I'm going to bring it to a close now. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, guys, on the show. We really appreciate all of the support, as I've said already. We're going to have loads more to come. We've got Let's Talk Classified Footloose very soon. We've got, I say very soon, I haven't actually done it yet. So I'm just multitasking quickly. Anyway, see? Yes, so I've completely forgotten what I was going to say. Yes, so we've got more stuff to come. Obviously, we'll have the weekly on Saturday, and there's probably going to be more news this week, isn't there? Let's face it. Justin and I are going to do a quick movie news burst at some point as well. We're going to be talking about the addition of the writer they've just hired on to do that crossover. Anyway, that's all to come. Stay fresh, cheese bags. And as always, after 3, you know what to do. 1, 2, 3. Full force. Laters. That's it for this installment of the Full Force News Burst. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time, and as always, full force. Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos, and as always you can keep up with the show after listening by following on X, formerly Twitter, @TheFullForce, liking the Facebook page, facebook.com/TheFullForce. We've also added a brand new Instagram, so check us out there as well, @TheFullForce Podcast, and if you would like to contact the show you can message us on any of those platforms with feedback and questions. We also have a Patreon page, so if you want to show your support for the show, see your name up in lights on these videos, or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/TheFullForce Podcast, or click on the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full Force.